as you think about your life and you think about all of the lessons that you want to share with Skylar, what is like one of the biggest like leaps of faith that you had to take in either your career or personal life that others may have thought was impossible that you want her to know was actually possible?
For me, it was almost everything I did at a young age. Everything was a leap of faith. Everything people deemed to be impossible from a very young age for me, it's going to be different for her. Sarah, you grew up with with your parents in a loving home. You are like, your circumstances are it's so beautiful, so wonderful to have the kind of love and support that you had even at a young age when you were facing adversity. But for those of us like my husband and I, we grew up, our parents divorced when we were both younger. And so fortunately my parents were able to come together and do things as parents, with us, as kids. That meant a lot. But I can just remember the first time I ever really wanted to step out and do something that was out of the ordinary, out of my comfort zone. I was a college student, and I had a really rough semester in college this semester. I was up for a promotion. I was already in the dorm. I was up for a promotion and I needed it. I needed the money for school, and I was the next one up, and I'd had a stellar record as an RA, so I thought, this is going to happen for me. This is great. And then I decided that same semester that I was going to go pledge into a sorority. So I was like, this is a great year for me. This is my semester. I'm coming out of this with a new job, new friends, all of these things. And I was a good student. I was studious, wasn't involved in anything crazy off campus or anything like that. Didn't drink at all. So I thought, this is my plan, and these are the things that are going to happen for me. Well, I did not get the job. They hired someone who was junior to me, and chose her and promoted her over me, and I did not get in the sorority. The girls, I didn't get enough votes. They just did not vote for me. So I remember calling my dad, crying. I said, I have no job and no friends. So I went from what I thought was going to be the most amazing semester to like not having anything, because I quit my RA job after I didn't get the promotion. They wouldn't give me a valid reason. And I found out that this other girl, she had friends that had went and rallied for her and told them that if she didn't get this job, she was going to have to leave school. Meanwhile, I was struggling. So, but I will say that semester, what I call the semester of rejection, changed the entire course of my life. I would not be sitting here today if those two things did not happen. Because what happened is, 2 weeks later, I was walking in the student union and I saw a sign up that said the Miss Louisiana Tech University pageant was going to happen in another month. And the winner of that pageant would receive a free ride for a full year, tuition, room and board, books, fees. And they would have these speaking engagements and go and speak to students and encourage students. So I thought, okay, if I do this, I get the best of both worlds. I'll get the money that I needed, and I also will just connect with a whole new group of people. Now, little did I know, there had never been a Black woman that had won this school pageant in the history, like 40 years. And didn't know the history, didn't know, had never done a pageant before in my life. But I thought, okay, let me go out and do a couple, get a couple under my belt, get some practice in. So I went and I did one, and I was, top 10 and a little local. And then I did another one and I was third runner up. And I thought, okay, I've got some practice under my belt. Let me go now and compete for the university, the school pageant. And that night I went, I knew I was the underdog, but I said, I'm going to give it my best and give it my all. And I went out there and I did. And at the end of the night, there were two of us left standing on that stage. And it was me and another girl, I think her name was Sarah. And they said the first runner up, and they announced Sarah's name, meaning I had won Miss Louisiana Tech University. I just, like, that moment changed my life so much, because I ended up going to compete in Miss Louisiana. I ended up going to Miss America. I won all of this money that paid for undergrad, for law school. I did all of these speaking engagements. Is really how I got all the training that I needed to do to go on TV. And I'm telling you now, if I had gotten that job I wanted, And if I had gotten into that sorority that semester, I would have never thought to sign up to compete in that pageant. And that was the thing that changed the entire trajectory of my life. So when you talk about what was the moment, or what do you think you had to overcome? I mean, that was the biggest one. Just believing that I could put myself out there and that I could do it. And if I didn't win, would I be maybe a little embarrassed because all these people from the school were there? But I was willing to take that chance and take the risk and bet on myself.